It's finally time to stand up for ourselves.
Let's not be dramatic, Justin.
There's nothing dramatic about it. We're in a position to push back, to assert ourselves here. That's what we've talked about all along.
To bring you up to speed, obviously there are groups in the Commonwealth that stand in opposition to the Institute's goals. With the reactor now online, we have the ability to not only expand synth production, but to project power to a much greater degree.
Where are you going with this? What's the Institute?
Well, the Directorate has agreed that steps must be taken to ensure our safety in the long run.
Let's just spit it out, shall we? The Directorate has decided that the Brotherhood of Steel need to be eliminated.
As the incoming director, we felt it important to inform you of the decision and get your thoughts on it. So, where do you stand?
I agree. We hit them hard before they have time to react to our new position.
Good. That's just what I wanted to hear.
As director, it's up to you and how we focus our efforts in achieving this goal. We'd like your input on what direction we should take. Do we increase synth production or focus on weapons development?
Synths are the Institute's greatest strength. The more we have, the better off we are.
Well said. I'll see that the necessary steps are taken. That's all we have for the moment. I believe Father wished to speak with you once our meeting concluded.
In case anyone didn't mention it, quiet time runs from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Apologies.
All maintenance requests should be directed to the Facilities Division. I apologize for any disruptions that my work might cause you.
Ah, there you are. You've met with the Directorate. I assume they made their intentions known? It was difficult for them to reach the decision to engage in open hostility.
It's the only way we can ensure the Institute's safety. That makes it the right thing to do.
I'm glad you agree. None what comes next will be easy. That conviction may help keep us all going.
You know, Mother, it's no secret that you worked with the Railroad in order to first reach the Institute.
The depth of your involvement with them has been called into question repeatedly. I'm sure you can guess by whom. The question is, where do you stand with them now? Do you come?
Does it even matter? What are you getting at?
I think it's obvious. For the Institute's position in the Commonwealth to be secure, the Railroad must be, as our primary above-ground operative and someone who has had previous contact with the Railroad. You are in the best... So what I'm getting at, simply, is this.
I can take care of them.
Good. Good. I don't enjoy asking you to put yourself in harm's way, but this is so important.
Carrington wants to go.
Something on your mind? You don't look so good.
Do you trust me?
Trust is a scarce commodity in our organization. Let me answer you like this. I have put our future, and the future of all synths, in your hands. I didn't do that lightly. And you haven't given me a reason to regret that decision.
I don't know why you'd ask.
Because I have a knack for knowing when things are about to go wrong. And I'm wondering if you have something you'd like to tell me.
Nothing. Everything.
If you say so.
Hey.
Affirmative.
Here.
Understood. Error. Task impossible.
Desdemona.
Something on your mind? You don't look so good.
The Institute has ordered me to kill you.
I guess they consider us a real threat after all. I suppose we should be flattered. So really, the question is, what are you going to do about it?
How do I deal with this, Desdemona?
Give me a straight answer first. Are you still on our side?
I'm afraid you all have to die.
Huh. Deacon vouched for you. I knew I shouldn't have trusted him. Or you.
Sean?
And so, the work is done. I am sorry. I know it was likely difficult for you.
It was tough, yeah.
I assure you that there was no other way. Their fanaticism wouldn't have allowed it. There is obviously one final threat the Institute faces.
Whatever it is, we can handle it.
I believe so. But in this case, what matters most is how we handle it. The Brotherhood of Steel covets technology, and has made it clear that we cannot peacefully coexist. They will eventually come for us, and attempt to take what we've spent so long creating. We need to destroy them, before they can destroy us.
Destroy them?
I mean, we eliminate all Brotherhood forces, but the problem with the Brotherhood of Steel goes beyond the edges of the Commonwealth. It's not enough.
There are more of them out in the world, Mother. And they too will come for us.
You have something in mind if that happens?
I'd like to prevent it from happening in the first place. We will show them that if they interfere with us, the very technology they value so highly will be turned against them. We will teach them that we can appear at a moment's notice, wherever we please, and they cannot ever stop us.
So we're just gonna...
There's a plan that's a little more involved than that. Dr. Watson should be in the lab. Time is of the essence.
From what I hear, that rogue synth at Libertalia was a real menace.
Surplus power should translate to increased efficiency and productivity.
Dr. Watson?
Did you need something?
Sean says it's time.
Oh, well, I guess it's been coming. I suppose we should get moving. Let's go, Rosalind. Sean says it's time.
What now? I'm still working over the code that robotics sent over. The algorithm is a mess. It's not even close to peak efficiency.
I know, but we need to move quickly on this. Dr. Orman has done most of the hands-on work, so I'll let her explain the basics to you.
Okay, thanks. Is this really... So, you know that the Brotherhood's main operation...
I'm aware of that, yes.
Okay, good. If they were a little less intelligent, we wouldn't even be talking about this. We'd have just swarmed them with synths. But they're not idiots. They've managed to generate an EM field that's messing with our ability to relay in.
So we just relay onto the airship and sabotage it?
Won't do us any good. There's no direct connection between their robot and the airship, so the immediate area around their encampment is a no-go. They don't, however, have the entire airport covered. We can...
We'll have the element of surprise, if nothing else.
Exactly. You'll have surprise on your side. Should give you some time before they can organize a real defense. For every generator you take down, it means we can start relaying in synths, giving you... and... Oh! I almost forgot.
And these would be...
Oh, you'll like this. This thing, and I haven't come up with a good name for it yet. It basically deploys... Wherever they land, we can lock onto them and relay synths directly to that position. If there's a hotspot, you can drop synths. We've only got a few of these, so put them...
Okay, that's pretty good.
I know, right? I mean... Thanks. Your real job will be to reach Liberty Prime. You know...
It's the Brotherhood's giant robot.
Right. They think it's their ultimate weapon. We're going to show them it's ours. We've taken everything and, this part was my idea, uploaded the whole thing into a modified synth. The little guy is going to be exposed and vulnerable, so you'll have to keep an eye on him.
With Liberty Prime on our side, that'll give us a hell of an advantage.
He's not going to go stomping around, and he won't be taking orders. But he will have his weapons and he'll absolutely recognize their airship as the primary communist. So your end goal is ultimately pretty simple. Get to the robot, then hold the position. Oh, and don't worry, we'll pull you out of...
If you've got any questions, this is where you ought to ask. If not, they're probably ready for you upstairs.
What have I got for backup?
With our reactor online, once the field is down, we can throw everything we've got at them. And if you've got any questions, this is where you ought to ask. If not, they're probably...
What happens to Liberty Prime?
He'll have several hundred tons of airship crashing down on top of him. If you've got any questions, this is where you ought to ask. If not...
Have we got a plan B?
Seriously? No. If you've got any questions, this...
No questions.
All right, good luck.
Dr. Lee might not show it, but I can tell she's